Good morning, students. I am Kamalnath here, and I welcome you all in the second video session of chapter The Little Mechanic. We started this chapter in the first period of this week. It is a second period, second video session. We will learn some more facts about the great scientist Isaac Newton. You all have heard, you all have read a lot about this great scientist, and we are learning in detail how he did, what he did in his life that made him great. In the first part, I introduced the writer of this chapter, that was Nathaniel Hawthorne, and in that part I even explained about some part of life of Isaac, and this is second video session in which we are going to learn more about Isaac Newton's life. As we know that his life was full of struggles. Isaac was left by his mother as his father died and his mother married to another person. So he was left to be brought up by his grandmother. As Isaac was good at mathematics, people suggested his grandmother to send him for training to a clockmaker. Isaac Newton had made a kind of clock that nobody had heard before. So people believed that he would become a clock manufacturer. The clock he had made was set of work not by wheels and weights like other clocks, but by dropping of water. The clock worked with dropping of water, and time was calculated. It was indeed very surprising. The first time a boy who made this kind of clock, which worked by dropping of water. It was an object of great wonder to everyone in Woolstraw. That was his village. He also made a sundial, a clock which worked with the movement of the sun, and that's why its name was sundial. He also made a sundial, a device which indicated time with the help of shadow, whose position changes as the sun moves. He had the ability to acquire knowledge by the simplest means. In his simple sports activities, he used to think several questions, and until he found the answer, he didn't rest. That was what his great curiosity, his queries of mind, and that led him to search the fact behind that. And he discovered many things. He revealed the secrets of the world, so many secrets of the world which were unknown to the humans. And that made him great scientist. He calculated the strength of the wind, which is unseen. What is unseen? The wind. The wind is unseen, inconstant, and ungovernable wonder. We cannot control. We can't control the wind. Can we control the tempest, the storm, the movement of the wind? Not at all. So, Isaac Newton calculated the strength of the wind, which is unseen, inconstant, and ungovernable wonder in our life. He jumped, and by the length of his jump, he calculated the force of gentle breeze. That is no doubt when the air is moving very slowly, that is what? Gentle breeze. A brisk gale, that is stronger than the breeze, and then a tempest. He jumped, and by the length of that jump, he calculated the force of gentle breeze, a brisk gale, or a tempest. In his common boys' sports, he tried to find the secrets of nature. He used to play with his playmates, and in his boys' sports, general sports commonly that you play in your childhood, he tried to find the secrets of nature, secrets of the universe. Isaac visited and observed a windmill frequently, regularly, which operated on a new plan. There was a windmill near his house. He frequently visited, always he visited that windmill to observe the machinery that worked in it. He examined its internal machinery and their functions. He stood so long there to see how the machinery worked in the mill, in that windmill. When he understood it, he built a model of the windmill. When he understood all the functioning of the machinery of that windmill, where he stood so long and where he frequently visited, after that he himself built a model of windmill. It worked so well, his model of windmill worked so well that it enchanted his playmates, all his friends. When Isaac grew older, either he was absorbed in thoughts, always just people could see him, just he was quite busy thinking something deeply. So he was absorbed in some thoughts or engaged in some book of mathematics or natural philosophy. He read the books, he was much interested in mathematics, and he read the books of mathematics or natural philosophy. When he saw the stars at night, he wondered. He used to see the stars here and there all around, and he wondered if they were worlds like our own. He thought the world that was quite far from us on the stars, where the life of the people like us. Was there any existence of life there? Or what were the stars like? How great their distance was from the earth, he used to think. And what power kept in their courses, in their movements. So, since childhood, he had been very curious, very much interested to know why the things were happening around him. He asked the questions to himself and tried to find out the secret, why that happened. Isaac's curiosity led to many discoveries, like what sunshine was composed of, force of gravitation, etc. Isaac Newton discovered that the sunlight was made of several colors. And you know that. You must have read. Sunshine, sunlight, sun rays made of several colors. 7 colors. He also discovered the force of gravitation. You have heard the story. When he was sitting in the garden, an apple fell on his head, and that forced him to think why the apple fell downwards on his head, why not upwards? And that only made him to search, to find, and he found that there was the force of gravitation. Earth pulled everything towards it, and that is called force of gravitation. After that, he didn't stop until he searched out all the laws by which the planets are guided through the sky. Isaac acquired great fame and was made a member of parliament and received the honor of knighthood. That was a great honor. He revealed a lot of secrets of the world. Yet he felt how little he knew in comparison to what remained to be known, what was left to be known. He still just thought himself he knew nothing. because so many secrets, so many questions were still in his mind. He couldn't get the answer of that questions. I seem to myself, he used to say, Isaac Newton used to say, I seem to myself like a child. Isaac would often say, playing on the seesaw, picking up here and there a pretty pebble, while the boundless ocean of truth lies undiscovered before me. He used to tell, when he was playing on the seesaw, he was picking up here and there some pebbles, and he used to say that how little he knew, because boundless oceans of truth lay undiscovered before him. He didn't know the answer of several questions. So this was what the life of Isaac Newton, who gave us so much knowledge. He unraveled the secret of so many events which help today to the scientists to go ahead to discover next to that. You have been given some questions, my dear, here that you can see on the screen, and I have given these questions from the chapter of my own questions so that you can answer them in your copy. I am sure you all can do. You have understood the chapter, you can do. How did Isaac find the strength of the wind? Why was Isaac brought up by his grandmother? How did Isaac made the model of the windmill? How did he explain the falling of an apple from the tree? And what do you learn from the life of Newton? That's a great question. Very important question. So students, it was what? This chapter I will discuss the question answers of the exercise of this chapter in the next video session. Till then, be happy, be safe. Thank you for being with me and listening to me. Thank you. Thank you very much.